Nation, what is really good, man? I see my boy Austin in the building, man. Heiko in the building. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. I know it's kind of late night. I usually don't go on around this time. I wanted to come on and try and work out some kinks. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do this new look and new sound. So I wanted to come on and just kind of work it out with you guys tonight while we talk about this cap space and what we can do in free agency moving forward. For those who don't know, you guys, you already know it's going to forever be Doxy and T. But moving forward, we are trying to do something even more big over here at the platform where we're going to start having some younger guys come on, do some shows. We're going to turn this into an actual network, So for moving forward, it is officially called the OakLosVegas Raiders Network. I repeat, the OakLosVegas Raiders Network. Don't hesitate to not call me Dox. You already know what it is. I'm forever going to be Dox. So I know how this goes. You know what I'm saying? But yes, the OakLosVegas Raiders Network. We're still working on some upgrades, doing some new things. But I want to bring on some new guys. I want to get some more people involved, you know what I mean, with what we're doing. You know what I mean? So I definitely thank you guys, for riding with me these 3 years. And we're definitely going to put on a show over here at the new OakLosVegas Raiders Network, man. Shout out to everybody here in the building. Shout out to my boy Mikey in the building, man. You already know King, my brother in real life. Yes, you guys, I know a lot of people were hitting me up asking about my Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. I said this about a month ago. I don't know if anybody really listened to me, but I said I was doing a social media cleanse. So I am off of social media for the next, I think I have about roughly 3.5 more weeks. So I will be out of the way, no social media, only YouTube, you know what I mean? And working on a lot of things behind the scenes here, you know what I mean? So please stay tuned for what we got going on. You already know what it is. He said, I seen the note. Yeah, and it's gonna be like this for a minute. To be honest with you, it's the off season. So this is the best time for me to do the name change, do the rebrand. I know I'm gonna probably get less views, less people popping in because they're not gonna know who the hell I am. But it's cool. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? It's the off season. It'll allow me some time to, put the new name out there and get it rocking. You know what I'm saying? So, but I already knew what it was. I knew there was gonna be, people confused, like, well, who the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? But it's the off season. It's the perfect time to do this. I spoke to a lot of people that I respect in the business. And, moving forward, man, I wanted to be more connected to the Raiders. Doxy and T is forever going to be a name that I love and I cherish. And it's the name of my first rap group. You know what I'm saying? But it's time to grow. It's time to even do more. Time to get more even into the Raider algorithm. You know what I'm saying? If I want to grow, I got to change some things up. So we here, man. So thank you guys. You already know what time it is. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to my boy Paul. Hell yeah, brother. Just wanted to make sure. Got scared because I love your content. Forever rocking with you. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, King. No. Shout out to Jamel. I appreciate you. No. Thank you so much for the love and kind words. But I will forever be here. This is we're just working out some new things. I don't know if you guys seen too. Me and Hammer, Hammer's working his thing out. I think it's Raiders Talk Daily. I butchered that probably, but we're just trying to do some things different and show more. So stay tuned. Lois, my boy, reloading like the Raiders. Talk that shit, King. You already know. Shout out to my boy Sultan, man. Salute, family. Yes, salute to my guy, man. You already know what time it is. He said, I was like, who the hell is going live so late? Yeah, man, I know. I'm going to let a few more people pop in, you guys. Like I said, I know people are confused. I got to bite the bullet on that. You know what I'm saying? But trust me, people will get used to the new name, the OakLosVegas Raiders Report. Everything is tied in to OakLosVegas moving forward. That's my clothing line. That is my brand. You know what I mean? So everything needs to be tied in to that OakLosVegas name. I was like, I don't remember. I don't remember subscribing to this channel. Yeah, a lot of people probably feel like that right now. Make sure you subscribe to OakLosVegas for that fire content. Shout out to Julio. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let me see. John, I appreciate you, bro. Your boy Doc's on that. Come up, get your paper, King. Next step, Radio Row. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to Alex. We're going to talk about it, brother. Bro, let's expend that money on defense, defense, defense. You already know what time it is, man. For real, I was like, OakLosVegas, Ayo, Doc, someone's stealing your shit. You already know, man. Let me see. Vicky, shout out to you, family. You rock. I mean, I'm assuming you see the name OakLosVegas. You know what time it is, right? Yeah, Raider Nation News today. There we go, Bourbon. There we go. Shout out to my brother Hammer, man. Let me see. Let me see. Patrick, we're going to talk about that. We are definitely going to talk about that because there's a few ways we can free up some more money here. We're going to talk about it here in a second. I believe we roughly have, there's different figures all across the board, you guys. People are saying that we have $47 million after DC's contract is officially off the books, which was yesterday. Then there's other people saying $56 to $57 million, right? So somewhere in along the lines of $45 to $55 million. Let's just say that we're roughly somewhere around there. Okay. Shout out to Dangerfield. OakLosVegas is always you, Docs. Talk that shit, my brother. But there's some ways we can free up some money, you guys. I was going over Spot Track. I'm looking at a few of these guys that we can actually get rid of the contracts moving forward. A few players that are actually expendable. You know what I mean? Guys that really, let's just keep it a buck, man. We can move on from, and it really ain't going to do anything to us. You know what I mean? It will be another position that we will have to fill a void. But at the end of the day, I'm cool with that. I mean, I'm looking at this figure right now, you guys. All right. It says, okay, I forgot who this was. But okay, it says roughly we're around $56.9 million after DC's contract. Okay. Prime candidates to get cut. Andre James. We can save $5.1 million by getting rid of him. And then Bilal Nichols, he was, let's just keep it a bean, you guys. He did not show up the way we thought he would. We can free up another $3.125 million right there. You cut those two guys, that is $8.2 million immediately right there that you can add to it. And now we're already, if the figure is $56 million, we're already over $60 million in cap space. Bilal Nichols is very, very replaceable. We already went out and drafted Matthew Butler. We drafted Neil Farrell Jr. Andrew Billings, you know what I mean, played really good for us last season. We can bring him back. You know, I know we're going to attack the defensive tackle position in free agency. We're going to go get a veteran. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with letting him walk. Also, you guys, there's way more things that we can do to bring back some money. Candidates to restructure: Chandler Jones, Devontae Adams. Even though I believe his contract is already, the way it's set up, it's you know what I mean, I'm cool with the way Devontae's contract is set up. But we can restructure Hunter Renfrow. We can restructure Colton Miller. We can restructure Chandler Jones. Ballpark figures somewhere $10 to $20 million you can free up. And at that point, we got a lot of money. I mean, we can technically really get damn near up to $100 million. For those who don't know how restructuring contracts work, though, if you do restructure contracts, it can come back to bite you in the end. It can come back to bite you in the ass in the end because you're kind of just putting further and further paper back at the end of the contract, right? But I believe that Chandler Jones is a guy that we have to restructure his contract. I do believe that Colton Miller will be a guy that we will talk to about it as well. We can play with Max Crosby's contract as well, free up some space. You know what I'm saying? But we can really, really do some damage in free agency, you guys. Like truly, after all these guys and we free up some money, restructure, we're looking at roughly, I mean, ballpark figure $70 to $80 million, even northward of that, if you restructure some other guys and get rid of some other guys. So there's a lot that we can do in order to have a lot of money going into free agency next month, March 15th. Shout out to my boy Junior, man. Brian Edwards and Melvin Gordon for real got a ring by participating. I forgot that they were both on a cheat. Damn. I forgot that shit too. Wow. Shout out to Junior, bro. I totally forgot about that shit. Shout out to Gio, man. Good luck in all your future endeavors, sir. Appreciate all the platform you give the nation. I appreciate you, family. I truly do. And I just started another YouTube channel too, you guys. I'll start promoting it more when I activate my Twitter and my IG and everything in a few weeks. But Planet Raiders Network is also a new YouTube channel that we're going to be working on, and having other guys putting up a bunch of content on there, and just literally we're going to flood the block out here. We are definitely going to flood the block when it comes to Raiders content. PlanetRaiders.com is on the way. And like I said before, Planet Raiders Network, new YouTube channel. We're going to start promoting that here shortly as well. Like I said, I know I'm going to be biting the bullet a little bit here because, people know me as Docs, but, it's all love, off season, perfect time to do it. Shout out to Vicky. I appreciate you on the donation, family, as always. Thank you so much. Shout out to Lou. Yes, let's see what happens with Rodgers. Sign Stidham. I think Stidham is a must sign. I think we have to bring him back. People had it all messed up. I seen Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show pretty much state that his darkness retreat starts this weekend. I believe Friday, somewhere around that range. So he kind of low key attacked, man, Sheffy and Ian Rappaport. He low key cooked those guys' boots. But it starts Friday, right? And then we'll kind of gauge what's going to happen at that point. I don't know what's going to happen, you guys. At this point, we thought Tom Brady would potentially be a Raider. He retired on us. I'm not going to get my hopes up because this could be two GOATs that potentially back-to-back retire on us, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket. If you look at all this cap space, it looks really, really good. This is the time to go get a young guy, like a CJ Stroud or a Levis, which, I know a lot of people don't like Will Levis, however you want it, tomato. That's been my guy since day one. A lot of these guys, Todd McShay came out today and had us taking Levis at number 7 in round 1. But this is the time that you take full advantage of all this cap space. I don't think that we're going to have this again for a while. We have 11 draft picks. I'm saying? The good thing is we can pay those guys and still have a slew of money to spend in free agency. We're gonna go over a few free agent guys that we could potentially bring in to Las Vegas as well. But I think this is the perfect seat. If A-Rod does move on, I don't think we need to freak out. It would suck that we struck out twice on Brady and Aaron Rodgers. But at the end of the day, this would be the perfect year with all this cap space. And just all the draft capital to completely overhaul this defense, add a few pieces to the O, and we can move forward. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Primos, man. How do you feel with Stidham in 2023 as a bridge quarterback and groom CJ Stroud and build the defense and all that? I'm cool with that if that's what this regime wants to do. We all know that Stidham was up and down in those 2 games. Balled out against the Niners. We thought maybe he was the second coming, right? And then, he came back down to earth against the Chiefs, week 17 of the NFL season. So I don't really know what these guys, the plans are for them, but I can say this though, Primos, you have to bring Stidham back. I don't even care if you carry 3 quarterbacks. I don't care. Bring Stidham back. If you go draft a young guy and then you still go get A-Rod, I don't care. If you got to carry him 3, then carry him. But I think that Stidham is a must because, like we said before, you bring in A-Rod. I know A-Rod has an ego. I know that he knows he's a GOAT and first ballot Hall of Famer. But at the end of the day, when you have a guy like Stidham in here that knows the system the way he does, you bring in A-Rod, he makes A-Rod's job a lot easier. The more and more I'm looking at this, the more and more I'm like, look, if A-Rod comes in, great. It makes you potentially a contender in year 2, with this new regime with Ziegler and Josh McDaniels. But if not, I'm not gonna complain because we can go all out, stack that defense up with all this money, go get the young guy in the draft, and then just continue to build the defense, right? I'm not upset if we get A-Rod. I'm not upset if we don't get A-Rod, or we don't. I don't really, at this point, it is what it is. I don't think we're going to have this kind of money for a long time. There's only 2 teams in the NFL that have more money than us at this point, you guys. It is the Falcons and it is the Chicago Bears. The Bears already have, their quarterback with Justin Fields. The Falcons, they have a young guy, Desmond Ridder, that I don't know if they're going to run with him, but they may. He's a rookie contract guy. They're probably going to try and do the same thing. Use all that money, build up the defense, go get some offensive weapons. Chicago needs everything. You know what I mean? They got David Montgomery. They have Justin Fields. They have Mooney. At that point, they pretty much need an offensive line. They have Cole Kmet, tight end, but I'm not really sold on him. Those are the two teams ahead of us that need everything. We don't need everything. You know what I'm saying? We just need to fill in some gaps and go out and get a quarterback. Shout out to Dinah. Yo, this new platform is fire. I appreciate you so much, family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you on the donation and the kind words. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to LM as well. Shout out to Mark Davis, Baldhead. I think that's cap, y'all. I think it is cap. I don't think that shit is real. I think somebody actually, I think it might have been Raider Post. I think it might have been my dog Raider Post. He is a genius with Photoshop. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if it's real. And if it is, Mark Davis been around me too much as of late. He out here stealing my baldy. You know what I mean? He out here trying to look like me, man. I've been around Mark Davis about 3 times in the past few months. I think that, yeah, man, if it's true, get your eyes off Graphk, man. Shout out to Mark Davis. Shout out to Bosby. Docs, love the OLV name change and rebrand. Since I value your opinion, I'm going to ask this. Assuming we get number 12, give me your players' drafted position and not actual names. Number 12, rebuild. Wait, what do you mean? Give me your players' drafted position and not actual names. What do you mean by that, Bosby? Elaborate for me, family. Elaborate for me. Yes, since look, there's a lot of Photoshops going around in the nation right now. A lot of bullshit. So look, I don't look. I'm one of them people. I don't know what the hell to believe anymore, right? Until I see Mark Davis again. I seen him last week with the Dumb and Dumber hair. That's all I'm gonna say. I seen him last week with the full length Dumb and Dumber joint. You know what I mean? So I don't know. If in the past 7 days he just said, you know what, I'm just completely going with the baldy. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I seen him literally about 7-8 days ago, and he had a full head of hair. So, Juice, I don't think so, man. I don't. I think Will Levis is going to be a dog, man. I do. Appreciate you, Two-Face. Yeah, I'm going to be uploading a bunch of shorts. I'm about to get back to it. I'm definitely going to get back to it. Brave, I don't know where that one came from, bro. That's a lot of money. Put it like this: if you had $118 million, you can just revamp this thing in one off season. But I don't think that's true, brother. I don't. I think right now we're somewhere in the ballpark of 45 to 55 million right now. And with after restructures and all that shit, I think we'll probably be somewhere around the 70 million to $80 million range. He means what positions will we draft? Oh, okay. What positions will we draft without names? I'll tell you this, Bosby and 541. I'm doing a show tomorrow, Coffee and Convo. We are going to be breaking down my first official mock draft, mock draft 1.0 tomorrow. So I will do that tomorrow. You guys will see my position and also by names. I'm going to be doing my mock draft tomorrow. This is my first official one. We've had some fun during the season, right? We've had a few of them during the off season as well. Tomorrow is going to be my first one that I'm going to break down by position, even before free agency. So stay tuned. It's going to be 1.0 because it's going to change after free agency, probably because of, then we can kind of gauge what positions we need to fill in. You know what I mean? But tomorrow I will be doing my first official mock draft during my Coffee and Convo. So stay tuned for that. Let me see. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to Fresno, man. Love Fresno. Shout out to my dog, Jose. Bring Aaron Rodgers home. Factory. Let me see. Shout out to Tom Loke. You said that like you probably didn't know who this was popping in, huh? Shout out to my dog, Tom Loke. Raider Two-Face. All I'm saying for defense this season is it's a QB must go down, and he must go down hard, like Al Davis said. This is facts, man. This is facts. And like I said, you could free up potentially $5 million, you guys, by just getting rid of Andre James. by just getting rid of Andre James. And then you can always move, in which I'm kind of more opening up to you guys. At first, I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I do not want to do this, but I'm cool with moving Dylan Parham over to center. I think that he could be an all-pro center. Real talk. I wanted to keep him at guard because I thought maybe he would be better off at the guard position in the NFL, but I'm all for moving on from Andre James, moving Dylan Parham to center, and just, going out and filling that guard position in offseason. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Jose, what is your bold prediction for number 7 overall? The only bold one that I have would probably be Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. So it'd probably be Will Levis out of Kentucky or AR-15. I don't think anything outside of that would shock me. If we went and got a guard or a tackle, that wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all. Even if we couldn't trade back and we took a corner like a Joey Porter Jr. Or a Christian Gonzalez, it wouldn't shock me. I think the only player at 7 that we would take, that probably would shock me would be a quarterback not named CJ Stroud. That's what it is. And what's crazy, man? A lot of these big boards and a lot of these mock drafts and a lot of these guys that cover the draft are really saying that, CJ Stroud may potentially be available at 7. Most of these mock drafts that I've done, and I don't believe he will at all, you guys. I think it's all smoke. But most of these mock drafts that I've done lately, Jalen Carter has fell to 7. CJ Stroud has fell to 7. You know what I'm saying? So, man, in a perfect world, Jalen Carter falls to 7. Oh, my God, dude. You got your defensive tackle of the future right there. Right there. Mammoth of a man. Straight up. It's Jalen Carter. It's clear cut. Clear cut. I like my young pup out of Baylor. I like Tully out of USC, but the best clear-cut defensive tackle in this draft, Ricks, is Jalen Carter out of Georgia. Clear-cut. Like, there's him, and then there's the rest of the draft. Period. To be honest with you, I think he is the best player. I think he's going to be the best player in this draft. Period. Unless Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, live up to, the hype. I think that Jalen Carter is going to be the true number 1 guy in this draft for years to come. Shout out to Takeover. Docs, at safety spot, would let 20 and 25 battle it out. And also, would you try and trade for that 10 pick from the Eagles, 2 first-round picks? Shout out to Raider Takeover. I just feel like we have too many holes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to trade. Are you talking about trade back? Is that what do you mean? Is that what you mean? Do you mean trade back or actually trade? Oh, you're saying for 2. Oh, so we'll have 2 first-round picks. Nah, we have too many holes. Takeover. I think that this draft will have a lot of talent in the mid rounds. You know what I mean? I don't want to give up any more draft capital that we don't have to give up. I mean, think about this. If we get A-Rod, we're going to have to give up some draft capital. If we potentially have to trade up for CJ Stroud, you have to give up a bunch of draft capital. So, if we're going to go get our quarterback and Aaron Rodgers isn't we don't get him for a 3rd, you know what I mean? And some future picks, you're basically giving up the farm. We're going to lose some draft capital regardless going to get a quarterback, whether you're trading up or you're going to get A-Rod, right? So I'm not trading up. I'm not trading up at all. I don't want 2 first-round picks. I'm cool with where we are right now. I love what we have. We have 11 draft picks at this time. I am cool with that. I am definitely cool with that. Would love to have 2 first-round picks take over, but nah. And I think we need to upgrade the safety spot. You know what I'm saying? Merrick showed me some things in year 1, and then he regressed in year 2. I get that he was in 2 different systems. You got the Patrick Graham, you got the Gus Bradley systems. They're 2 completely different systems. I want to see what he looks like one more year. But you mean by 20, right? You mean Palomalu, right? I'm always butchering his name. I want to see what he can do this year. I mean, the measurables, man, you can't teach those. 6'4", lanky dude. You know what I mean? I want to give him a shot. You do bring Deron Harmon back, you know what I'm saying, as a rotational guy, not as a starter. If he's starting at safety in a division with Herbert, Mahomes, and Wilson with Sean Payton, that it can be potentially disgusting. So I'm down for them battling it out in camp, but I want to upgrade the safety position. And I like a few safeties in this draft. I do. There's a few guys in this draft that I definitely like. And we'll break those down more and more when we get closer to the draft. Shout out to T.O. I feel like people have to wait to do mock drafts until coaching staffs are set because that has a big impact on who they select. This is facts. Chloe, get over here. Go, move. My dog is all about these lights. Move. But I agree. I definitely agree. And it's the thing, TL, we can only have fun with the mock drafts right now, right? We can only go, I hope the Raiders just go best player available every pick, like period. Offense or defense. Like we need more defense, but if there's a tackle and it's the best player available, go get him. If it's a guard that's best player available, go get him. Don't do, the wide receiver thing, the running back thing. I don't want to see any of that. You know what I mean? Take best player available. But I agree. These mock drafts are just going to be fun until free agency is over. After that March 15th, to somewhere March 24th, around that range, we kind of start seeing what we did in free agency. Then the mock drafts to start becoming more a reality. Shout out to Tio. Shout out to Classic Man Q as well, my dog. Damn, I got to get used to your new profile pic. Shout out to my dog, Classic Q. I'm going to ask you guys, man, because y'all my family. You guys, are the ones that make this channel work. How do you guys think about the new look? How do you think about the OakLosVegas Raiders Network? How do you think about the new default picture with the OLV? I wanted to simplify it, make it look, more Raider-esque. Doxy and T, it definitely got lost in the shuffle a lot when it came to the Raider algorithm, because I'm one of the only guys who didn't have Raiders actually in my name, me and Hammer. So, it's difficult to remain in the Raider algorithm when you don't have, the name, the Raiders or something, Oakland, Los Angeles, Las Vegas in your name. So I had to switch up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Q though, man. I appreciate you, brother, for all the love. Shout out to my boy Rube. Number 7 is too early for a DT, except Carter. This is facts. Or LB. So I get that. Rube. I wouldn't want to take a Drew Sanders or Noah Sewell at 7. I totally agree with you. Corners are deep, yes, and can get a starter in a second. Feel like QB and OT are the only options or trade back. I love that. If Jalen's not there, I'm trying to trade back. Or if CJ Stroud is there, you take him. But yeah, you may have to move up or you may have to move back. But I agree. I feel like a QB and an offensive tackle are the only options or trade back. This is facts. I hear you, bro. I definitely hear you. Shout out to everybody in the building. I love it, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you so much. No, but I agree with you, Root. I agree. If Jalen Carter's there, you take him. It's just clear cut. That to me, that's the best player in the draft. Shout out to Sean. He said Hondo said 3 names are floating in the building. Jalen Carter, which he should. Skronsky from Northwestern, Mr. T-Rex, but I think he'll be an all-pro talent at the next level. And Christian Gonzalez. That guy right there from Oregon, dog. He's a dog. The more I watch his tape, the more it is growing on me that, I may be cool with getting a Christian Gonzalez. For real. Like, especially if we trade back. If you can get him in the middle, the mid first, and then double dip and go get Emmanuel, my guy. Emmanuel Forbes in the second round out of Mississippi State. Boom, you got 2 corners right there of the future. And keep an eye, you guys, with all this draft capital, and all this potential money, it's looking more and more. There's a lot more rumors going on in the rumor mill right now of the Rams potentially parting ways with the 28-year-old all-pro corner, Jalen Ramsey, a guy that has flirted with being a Raider multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Keep an eye on that situation, but I wouldn't be shocked, Sean, if we double dip that corner first and second round, if Carter's off the board and we don't get our quarterback of the future. Shout out to Raider Nation for life. Honestly, I feel like you're going to gain a lot more subscribers now because Carr's gone. People were holding it against you, it seemed. Yeah, and that's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with that. And you know what's funny, you guys? I didn't run to do a live yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do that. I feel like, everyone in the nation knows how I feel, about moving on from Derek Carr. Everybody knows how I feel about Carr. I didn't want to just go into overkill. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about it anymore. After this one conversation that we're having about this, I'm done with it. Like, now we've moved on. It's official. I didn't want to jump out the window. Oh yeah, Derek Carr's gone. He's gone. He's officially gone. You guys knew how I feel about that. You know what I mean? And me and Wasted were actually texting back and forth. And he was like, do you think I should do a live on it? I said, why? I mean, everybody knows how we feel about it. There's no real reason to just to continue to just beat it over the head. It's a wrap. It's over with. We are on our way to going to get another quarterback moving forward, and I'm cool with that. And I'm very, very excited about our future at the quarterback position. Stop. Damn dog over here eating coins and shit. Shout out to Aaron Raider. Rebrand. I like. Appreciate you. Everybody wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to Raider Trader. For those who don't know what that means, factory outlet. Factory. Shout out to John. History is history for a reason. Thanks for the years. Next. Here we go. There we go. But yeah, I'm looking at this. Spot Track has it totally different, you guys. Spot Track has us at $46.7 million in cap space. I think it was Sportsnot had us at about 56 million. Calculated market values, I think some of these are kind of insane. Josh Jacobs, 12.9, which is understandable, but we'll franchise tag him and pay a little bit over 10. Rocket Sin, 10.9. That's a lot, man. I'm gonna be honest. That's a lot to me for the services of Rocket Sin. Look, I'd rather pay a little less and get a veteran or pay a little more and get a star. Foster Moreau, 9 million. I'm not paying that at all. Let him walk. Jerry Tillery, 7.9. No way in hell he gets that kind of money in free agency. I don't think he gets that from anyone. Jermaine Illuminor, 5.6. I am very, very cool with bringing him back at that figure. Deron Harmon, 3 million. That's beautiful. And Mac Hollins, 2.4. I am cool with bringing Hollins, Harmon, and Luminor back on that. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell happened right now. Hold on real quick, you guys. Boom. All right. But, yeah. Shout out to John. Yes, the subscriptions definitely carry over. Definitely do. I didn't change anything on the back end, brother. Definitely. If you have any subscriptions or anything like that, we're all good. We're all good. If you're a member of the channel, nothing changes. Shout out to Rick. Great talk, docs. No more car talk. Nope. It's done. Done. Wrap. It is a wrap. It is officially a done deal. Let me see. I think I missed a super. Shout out to Big Mo. I'm trying to find it. Damn, I could not find Big Mo's super. I want to put it on the screen real quick, man. There we go. Boom. I like where your mindset is. Move forward, not backward. There you go. There you go. Facts. Yeah, my dog is over here tweaking right now. Move. But I appreciate you, Big Mo, on the $5 donation and the kind words, King. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to my dog, Rube. Do you think we can get a first for a tag and trade of Josh Jacobs? No, I don't. Eagles and a lot of playoff teams will give up a first for Josh. I don't think so, Rube. I don't. These guys made it to the Super Bowl. Nose ring, y'all. Nose ring. No booger. Nose ring. Nose ring. That hasn't happened in a while. Miles Sanders is a free agent, right? They have a guy that they need to look at and think about potentially bringing back. At the end of the day, they went to a Super Bowl without a Josh Jacobs at the running back position. I definitely know that Miles Sanders shit the bed in the Super Bowl, and potentially, Josh Jacobs could have put them over the hump, right? I mean, Jalen Hurts still ran, I believe, for over 80 yards. He pretty much was their rushing option in the Super Bowl. But I think that they're gonna, probably potentially bring back Miles Sanders, or to be honest, Philly may go get Biagio Robinson out of from Texas. They may go get him in the first round. I would not be shocked if they went and just replace Miles Sanders, so they don't have to pay him, because they have so many guys on the defensive side of the ball that they have to replace or try and bring back. I mean, their whole defensive line, it feels like, is free agents. Fletcher Cox, I think Robert Quinn, is it Robert Quinn, a free agent, I believe? I mean, just everybody on that defensive line, pretty much outside of Jordan Davis, is a free agent. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Graham. I mean, shit, who else? I mean, the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? Hargroves. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to have to bring some guys back. So I wouldn't be shocked if Philly said, you know what? I'll go get, a running back in the first round and not pay Miles Sanders that kind of money. Let me see. Yeah, Hargraves, Sue, Joseph, facts. Crazy, man. Shout out to Rube though, but I don't think anybody will give us a first round pick for Josh Jacobs, even though he's coming off of a great season. I don't know. I don't think so. Let me see. Yeah, the great one, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they can potentially go get a defensive tackle and a running back, just like that. They can go get a DT to replace one of those guys moving on, or edge rusher, which they probably can use even more, and then go get a running back, and they're cool. But shit, I mean, Philly might get a corner as well. It sounds as though James Bradberry might be moving on. And, after all this talk, about the hold on Juju and all that other shit, they may just say, let James Bradberry walk. And there was talks about Bradberry saying that he would like go back to New York to play with the Giants. So I don't know. Oh yeah, they got to pay Hassan Reddick, bro. I thought they paid him in free agency though. No, they paid Hassan Reddick, didn't they? Let me look this up. They paid Reddick, I thought. Or did they just give him a 1-year deal? When they brought him over from Carolina, from Carolina, they paid him. I thought they paid him. Yeah, he got paid. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm all for moving on from him. Yeah, Saga, he's under contract. He is under contract for many moons. Let me see. AC, Philly showed that you can never have too many defensive linemen rushing the quarterback. They had guys with with over 11 sacks apiece. We got to do something like that. We got to chase Mahomes to the end of the earth. This is facts, AC. Facts, my brother. These guys had a deep defensive line. And I got to say this to you guys, right? What was Kansas City's offensive rank this season? I know they were in the top 5, right? I don't. They weren't number 1, right? Well, what was KC ranked offensively? Because this is the thing. Everybody says you can't build a top 5 defense in the offseason, in one offseason, right? We don't have to have a top 5 defense to win the Super Bowl. Kansas City had a great offense, stacked up offense. I believe they had a middle of the pack defense and they won the Super Bowl. I think 14th, 15th ranked defense. They were not a top 10 defense. If you can put together a middle of the pack, maybe 10 to 15, defense, stack them up, that's cool. With all the weapons that we have on the offensive side of the ball, as long as we can go out there and live up to the hype with Devontae, Waller, Renfro, and potentially Aaron Rodgers, offensively, you have to go out there and win games. KC's defense did enough. They were a top 15 defense, 14, 15 range. Like I said, a middle of the pack defense. You know what I'm saying? And they still won a championship. So I get the whole defenses win championships. I understand. It's time to have a stacked defense, but you do not need to have a top 10 defense to win Super Bowls. You don't have to. Kansas City just proved that this year. As long as you're out there killing it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Andy Reid is it's different. It's different. Andy Reid's mind is different. He is a different type of genius. You know what I mean? So Kansas City, I mean, some of these plays they call, I'm just like flabbergasted that Andy Reid can draw that up in his head and put it on, you know what I mean? And put it on paper for these guys to study. It's insane to me with some of the shit that he does offensively. But we can build this defense to be a top 10, top 15, a top 15 defense and just continue to go get a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, which would be a top 5, at least a top 7 quarterback in the NFL right now with this system. I mean, with what we have in play with the Wallers and Renfros and Josh coming back, Devontae, outscore your opponents, have a defense that can do just enough. You know what I mean? I get that we're tired of having the 26th to 30th ranked defenses and even a 20th ranked defense. We want to get below the 20s, right? But you can still win a Super Bowl. Kansas City just showed that you can win a Super Bowl with the middle of the pack defense. You know what I'm saying? And they did that in one offseason. They went and drafted Trent McDuffie. They went and got Leo Chenal. You know what I mean? They went and got some other pieces on the defensive side of the ball in one offseason and top 15 defense. Top 15 defense. They win the Super Bowl. So Thoughts on Stroud coming to us at 7? Shout out to my brother John on the donation. He said he wanted to play with Devontae. Do we gotta move up to get him? Do we? Do you like it? Look, if you miss out on A-Rod, I think it's mandatory you trade up to go get CJ Stroud or your quarterback, whoever they're sold on, which I hope is Stroud at this point. Like I said before, I love Levis, but I think that Stroud is the most NFL-ready quarterback outside of Bryce Young. Levis is going to take some time. Anthony Richardson is going to take some time. But yes, if we miss out on A-Rod, trade up and go get him immediately. For those who don't know what John is talking about, Stroud did an interview and basically said the wide receiver that he would want to be the quarterback for is a receiver that Chad Johnson has gushed about his route running abilities. Okay. Chad Johnson has done that. He's talked about a lot of guys' route running abilities, Keenan Allen, a bunch of dudes, but he has said on countless, occasions that Devontae Adams is the best route runner in the league. And if you look at the other teams that he's talking about, Keenan Allen, they have Herbert. If you say he was talking about Justin Jefferson, they have Kirk Cousins under contract. Say they were talking about, Jamar Chase. Guess what? They already have their guy over there as well with Joe Burrow. He was talking about Devontae Adams. Stroud was basically saying, I would love to play with Devontae Adams. And I believe he is a California or West Coast guy. I believe, let me see. I think Stroud is from the West Coast. So maybe he's trying to get out that cold weather, tired of the cold weather. He played in Ohio. Yeah, he's from Rancho Cucamonga. He's from the LA area. So, hey, man, bring him home. Bring him home. I'm cool with that. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Also, you guys, I got to say it again. Shout out to the 400 plus people in the chat. I wasn't expecting 600-700 people in here because most people probably don't even know who the hell this is. This is the revamped Doxy and T channel. We are now called the OakLosVegas Raiders Network. So you're going to be hearing that a lot. The OakLosVegas Raiders Network. I said this before. I will forever be Doxy and T. I don't take it any type of way if you guys call me Dox. But moving forward, this is going to be a network, and it is entitled the OakLosVegas Raiders Network. Like I said before, it's time for me to get more into the algorithm on YouTube in terms of being connected to the Raiders. I built a pretty good platform without any Raiders shit in the name of my, without it being attached to me, right? The Doxy and T had nothing to do with the Raiders, and I'm pretty much at 18,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? It's about that time we get up to that 30, 40, 50, 60 rank. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why we're moving forward, more business savvy, and getting to it, man. Shout out to my boy Rube. In the current NFL, you need an offense that can impose its will and a defense that makes key turnovers. Yes, Chiefs and Bengals are the new standard for the O and D. Facts, bro. Facts, Rube. That I couldn't have said it any better. They have two great offenses, and they pretty much have, middle of the pack defenses. The Bengals defense did enough to get it done. The Chiefs did enough to get it done. I agree. I think man, Rube is killing it tonight, bro. Rube is definitely smoking shit tonight. This is facts. That is the new standard for the offense and the defensive side of the ball. Facts. Shout out to my boy, man. My brother's in the building. Shout out to my boy, Wasted Talent, man. Yeah, you would give up more for Stroud than Rodgers. But the thing is this, Wasted, at that point, right, you're basically giving up more for more than 2 years, right? You're giving up more for your future, potentially the next 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? Say you give up some middle round picks for A-Rod, you're doing that for 2 years, tops. 2 years tops. If not, you're giving up a first and potentially another first next year and all that shit for CJ Stroud. Well, at the end of the day, if Mark Davis, made Ziegler's and Josh McDaniels leash a lot longer than we know of, because I feel like it's short as hell right now. But if their leash is a lot longer than we know of, I would not be shocked if they traded up to go get CJ Stroud and gave up a lot of draft capital to do it. If they've been given 3-4 years to change this thing around, let's be real. Wasted. Me and you talked about this on the phone today. Gruden, first year 4-12. Second year, what was it? 7-9 or some shit like that. You know what I mean? The following year, what was it, like 8-8? I don't know. But he progressively, then it was 10-7 to sneak into the playoffs, even though he wasn't there at the end of the year. But I don't know if Mark Davis and them are giving this new regime that kind of leash. You know what I'm saying? But if they are, I'm all for trading up to go get CJ Stroud. But if they go get Aaron Rodgers now, their jobs are on the line and they want to win now because of it. So straight up. From the trenches, I don't know anybody but me and Hammer. And we've been talking about this for months, actually probably longer than that. So it's just time to do something different, man. And my apologies, brother, if you were lost and not knowing who this was. You know what I'm saying? I expected this, you know what I mean, starting off. TN08, yes. I definitely do. I think that they were a package deal coming in initially, but these guys are close enough that I believe that McDaniels knows if he's let go, which I think he'd be fired first, that Ziegler would stick around and he'd be cool with that. These guys are friends in real life. I believe they went to college together. You know what I mean? Like they've been around each other for many moons. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely see in a world where, they keep Ziegler around. If McDaniels shits the bed again, they allow him to go get the next head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. Shout out to 42. If this regime is on a short leash, I don't believe Mark Davis is giving up the bank for one quarterback. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. 42. If they're on a short leash, it makes no sense. Then Mark Davis is saying, no, go get the star power. Go get Aaron Rodgers right now. Right now. But if that leash is a lot longer than we know of, maybe they say, go get the quarterback of the future. Because I hate to keep saying it over and over and over again, 42, but we're seeing the new trend in the NFL. The young guys, these young guys on rookie contracts, Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes for a long time, Russell Wilson for a long time when he won a Super Bowl, went to 2 of them on a rookie deal, right? We're looking at Josh Allen. He's been pretty close in these past few years. Look, shit, Brock Purdy this year with a stout defense and some the offensive weapons they have in San Francisco, he made it to the NFC Championship in year 1. You know what I mean? So I think Mark Davis knows what time it is. You know what I'm saying? But in a perfect world, man, you go get A-Rod and then you draft Hendon Hooker in the middle rounds, maybe second or third round, maybe hopefully the third round. That would be great, but I think he'll be gone by then. And then Hendon Hooker just ends up being that guy. In a perfect world, you get A-Rod. He's great for you for the next 2 years. Then Hendon Hooker is a guy that can come in and be your future. Shout out to Stewart. Everybody knows who OakLosVegas and that brand is. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, Lewis, I've heard the same thing. But I don't know how true that is. You have to look at it from this, Lewis. There was rumors that the Jets are down to throw 2 first-round picks to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers, right? I know that Aaron Rodgers pretty much can go anywhere he wants. At this point, he's old and he's at that age. He's done enough in the NFL where he can dictate where he goes. But I'm just saying that is very, very tough. That's a very tough pill to swallow when the Jets owner and GM and these guys are coming out and saying, we'll give you whatever to get Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Really, we have to wait for this whole darkness retreat to be over with to figure out where the hell Aaron Rodgers' head is. But that's a tough pill to swallow if you're Green Bay. And there's a team that came out and said, we'll give you whatever you want. And then we just offer you a 3rd and 5th and say, look, this is what we got. If Aaron Rodgers does hold all the power, Green Bay can say, well, no, for a 3rd and 5th, we're cool. Retire. They can play hardball with Aaron Rodgers. They can say, well, you know what? Just retire. You just came out and said that Green Bay is forever going to be your home, right? It's going to be home forever. Well, then retire then. So, it's broken. Let me see something real quick. Try this real quick, John. Oh, shit. Hold on. That is not the right one. Try this. And when you search for Oak Las Vegas, it'll come up. It takes some time. It's going to take a few days. It'll take some time. When you type in Doc CNT, it'll my name will still pop up, you guys. It'll still pop up. Boom, right here. Hit that link. Let me know what pops up. Let me see. Yeah, 42. This is facts. Facts, bro. And that's like I said, that's tough, man. At that point, I think if they potentially miss out on a couple first round picks from the Jets, they're going to say, "Hey, Rod, we're not going to give you what you want. We don't care how much you've done for this franchise. Then go retire." If the Raiders say a third and a fifth, and the Jets say 2 firsts, and A-Rod says, "Well, I want to go to the Raiders," I think that at the end of the day, they can say, "You know what? Fuck it, retire then. Retire. Because it looks as though from the outside in that A-Rod has all the power in the world. Green Bay don't have to trade him. They can say, "Okay, well, be our quarterback or go retire." Appreciate you, Kenny Mack. It ain't much, but blessings to the. Nah, come on, bro. Man, everything and anything, man, is appreciated, my brother. I thank you so much for all the love you always show the channel, bro. That means a lot to me, King. Shout out to my dog, Kenny Mack. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Now, is it Casper? I don't know. Is it like that though? Because I know the Tom Brady one is. I know Tampa Bay is in a hole. I didn't think that his contract was set up the same way, where if he walks away, they're hit with that money. I don't think A-Rod's contract is set up the same way as Brady's was. You could be right though. You could be right. Now, if that's the case, they're gonna want to get rid of him immediately. But I don't know. And yeah, you know what? If that is true, if that's how his contract is set up, then hey man, A-Rod does have all the power in this. He does. But it'd just be tough, man, to watch A-Rod, a guy that played for that team. All he's played there every year of his career, pretty much 20 seasons, right? Damn, it is. Okay, so they take a hit of 99. Okay, then Rodgers does have all the power. But damn, let me ask you guys this, okay? And this is the last. I don't want to talk about Derek Carr, but I know there was a stain a little bit on his name from a lot of people, not me, because it is what it is. I'm just happy we moved on from him not allowing us to get any draft capital from him, which I believe it was the Raiders' fault. The way they structured that contract, that's on them. That is not Derek Carr's fault. But could you imagine what Aaron Rodgers would look like if the Jets offered 2 firsts and we offered a third and a fifth, and he went to the Raiders instead? That would doesn't that leave a stain on his name in Green Bay with that fan base? That's tough. That's tough, man. And I know that he cares about what Green Bay feels about him and what that fan base, he doesn't want to leave on a sour note, even though he is a weirdo and he does this weird shit year in and year out with Green Bay. I just don't know if I don't know. I don't know. It gets a little tricky, man. It gets a little tricky. But hey, shout to you, bro. Shout to Casper, man. I did not know his contract was set up the same way. I didn't know. I did not know. Shout out to John, man. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to my dog, John, man. I appreciate you, King, so much, man. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. I just put it inside the chat. Also, you guys go buy some Oak Las Vegas, or it's right here somewhere. Oak Las Vegas gear, man. OakLosVegas.com. Go grab some gear. Go grab some merch, man. I got some new stuff up there. The link is pinned up top. One of the best ways to support the channel. That's facts. That's facts, devil. They got a ring out of Woodson. They'll live. That's facts. That is facts. Shout out to my dog, Devil, man. Realist Raider. Negative, the gloves came off once they drafted. Well, I mean, this is the thing. A-Rod needs to be a lot. The same thing happened to Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying, Realist? Like, Brett Favre was Aaron Rodgers before, and Aaron Rodgers was Jordan Love before. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, they knew at some point Aaron Rodgers was going to move on. Why not draft his replacement if he's available? If he's available there for you, that's all ego, man. Yes. Now remember that, Bosby. I do know this. This is important. The thing is, Green Bay has to wait until after June 1st before a trade can happen, which means the 2023 draft will be over. Facts. Facts. Better have a deal in play before then. Better have a deal in play before then. But that's where it gets tricky right there, Bosby. You know what I'm saying? That's where it gets tricky. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to Corey. Hello at OakLosVegas Raiders Network. I hope you had a wonderful day. You too, family. Shout out to my dog, Corey Davis, man. That Raiders fan, man, was funny, bro. I've been working on so many different interviews behind the scenes. You know, I don't want to put too many names out there, but Fabian just kind of fell off the globe, bro. Me and Stu were supposed to have him on, and Khalif Barnes. I just text him. He hasn't responded. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Khalif hit me up. Let me see. You know, people got lives, man. Here goes Khalif right here. No doubt. I will hit Stu up. It'd be good to talk to you guys. You know what I'm saying? He said, yo, Merry Christmas, brother, for sure. We can do that. Can't wait. So I'm just waiting, man. We'll have some interviews coming up here shortly, though. I just locked in that Eric Armstead. I'm still waiting for the specific date to get Charles Woodson on, you guys. That's going to be a goated interview right there, man. That's going to be crazy. I can do that and just quit this shit at that point. Like, I'm just done. I'm done. And then I'm working on something else pretty big right now. I sent a few text messages, made a few calls today to get a current player on right now in one of our stars. So I'm working on some things. WoodsonWhiskey.com. You already know, man. Shout out to one of my sponsors. Shout out to Woodson, man. Shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to my boy, Big Boy Mario, man. Yo, Graphk. Shout out to you, brother, for your new network installment. Crazy, man. We're still working out the kinks, my brother, but I appreciate you, bro. For real. Let me see. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Let me see. I know there can't be only 9 likes, bro. There ain't no way. There ain't no way, bro. There ain't no way. Let me see this. We got 200 right now. 200 likes. Dax, great pod. What do you think about bringing on Julian Love? I would love to have Julian Love on the Raiders. No pun intended. And do you mean on the team or do you mean on the show, James? Shout out to my dog, James, always supporting the channel. Do you mean on the show or do you mean bringing him on to the roster? I love Julian Love. You know, I'm a Notre Dame guy, so I'm biased as hell. But, Patrick Graham loved Julian Love's game. The dude can move from the nickel to safety. You know what I'm saying? Julian Love can do it all. He's so versatile. He's a perfect piece for Patrick Graham in his system. I definitely do believe if the Giants don't pay him, they have to pay, their quarterback, Danny Dimes. They have to pay Saquon Barkley. I think they have to pay Dexter Lawrence. I think they're going to allow Julian Love to walk. And if he walks, that is a guy that you have to look at. Let me see what his spot track looks like real quick. I don't know what he would cost, but I am all in on the Julian Love front. Let me see. Let me wait real quick. He's an unrestricted free agent. He's only 25 years old. Let me see. The market value for him is $7.9 million. I am paying that immediately. $7.9 million for Julian Love. Oh, my God. I'm paying that immediately. I didn't think it was going to look like that. But yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Definitely. Now, you know what, James? Thinking about it, and I know we've talked about Julian Love many times, especially me and Scout, because we're Notre Dame guys. But that is one of my first dudes that I'm looking at in free agency. One of the first guys. Could you imagine, you guys? We go get Julian Love. We have a Raider jersey with Love in the back. We draft Hendon Hooker. We have a hooker. We have Love. We have a Diablo, a Love, and a hooker. That's like a bar joke. That'd be some funny ass shit. A hooker, a Diablo, a Yasin, and a Love. Holy shit. Shout out to Caesar. Will play similar to Josh. From what I've seen off highlights, wouldn't mind if the Raiders didn't get Rodgers and CJ if he isn't there at 7. Stoner too. There you go. There you go. He said Hooker loves the devil. Hookers love the devil. But I agree, Caesar. I think that, I've always kind of said that Will Levis reminds me of a more athletic Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I'm saying? That build, that strong arm. It's just the mental aspect of the game that Will Levis has to get better at. But I've been very high on him since day one. And if we draft him, I'm telling you guys now, you will never hear the end of it. You will never hear the end of it. I'm not a I told you so type guy, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if we draft Will Levis, I'm never gonna stop reminding everybody that I was the one. But if he shits the bed and he's terrible, I'm gonna hope that every one of you guys forget that I hyped him up to bring him in. I'll repeat. If he does great, I'm going to remind you guys every day that Will Levis is the GOAT. If he does terrible, I'm going to hope and pray that somebody in this world pulled out the Men in Black fucking stick and just erased every single one of y'all memories. But Caesar, I hear you, King. Shout out to my dog on a $5 donation, man. Wipe them feet, you guys. Hit them thumbs up if you're not subscribed to the channel yet. Hit them subscribe button, man. Yeah, man. Receipts go both ways. This is facts. This is facts. Mr. Red, I agree. I have way more fun when I talk to my brothers than I can have talking to any football player or anything outside of that. I have way more fun talking to my brother Wasted, Andy, Hammer, Paul, Mitch. I like the list goes on. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. But we're just trying to do some big things over here and trying to add more names to the resume because soon, man, who's to say we can't go to Spotify or we can't go to one of these big time, places to say, hey, man, we want a deal. We want a deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say we can't get on with Amazon or one of these places? You know what I mean? I just want to do things bigger and better year in and year out. Because if I don't, y'all, I'm going to be real. I love my team and I love doing this. But if I'm not trying to level up, I get bored real quick. You know what I mean? So I'm one of them people that gets bored fast as shit if we're not ascending. You can ask Wasted. Wasted's in here. Ask him. I'm on the phone with him every day, running shit by him to better our platforms and to take shit to the next level. I promise you. Wasted, if you're in the chat right now, bro, you can tell them every day I'm on the phone with you, calling you in the morning. Hey, I got this idea. You got a minute? Like my mind is always going a million miles an hour. I got OCD like crazy and ADHD like crazy. So I'm always just bing, 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 bing. Tell us your thoughts on Mark as an owner. Me personally, tired of seeing all the Mark needs to sell the team. I think he's a good owner. Raiders, baby. You know what? I'm happy you brought this up because I brought something up to Wasted's attention this morning on the phone. And we went over this list, okay? I'm sick of everybody saying, we missed the Al days, right? We went back a lot of years in Al Davis's, tenure as the owner, right? We remember the 80s, the 70s, in the early 90s, we had some success. And then we really didn't truly have any success until the beginning of the 2000s. And then we just shit the bed after that. It was over. So Al at the end, love Al to death. That is my favorite football figure of all time. Al Davis is the GOAT. But think about this. In how many years has Mark ran the team now? Went out and got Derek Carr. I believe, in 9 years, we made the playoffs twice. You know what I'm saying? Give this guy some time. Give him some time, man. Like, give him some time. Like, if you go back and look at Al Davis's history and trace back to, the last time we had some success, it's been a long, long time. You know what I mean? I think Mark was the owner in 2010, 2011. I think he came in 2011 was the year, or 2010 was the year, I believe, right? When Al passed. So, yeah. So think about that. In 10, 13 years, yes, it sucks. 13 years, we've only been to the playoffs twice under Mark Davis, right? Sucks. Definitely sucks. But if you look back at those years, you guys, Al has some horrible years as well. So give it some time. Just give him a few more years and let him, right now he got us a new home. You know what I mean? Got a whole new outlook. Like, you know what I mean? Got some stars in the building, which we wouldn't have never got in Oakland. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, let's figure it out. But I'm a Mark Davis fan. I am. I'm in the business of giving people a little bit more time to get their shit together. You know what I'm saying? I didn't judge John Gruden on year one when he came in the second time when we went 4-12. I didn't judge him on that. You know what I mean? I knew he had to, fix this shit and fix it how he thought, see fit. You know what I mean? Give Mark some time. Just like I'm saying, give Josh McDaniels some time. Anybody you ever see you guys me kill or like really go in on the internet, they've had their chances. They've been around for a while. You know what I mean? So I've never just in year one, get rid of them, man. Fuck them. No, that's not how this shit works, And I know Mark's not technically in year one, but he's in Vegas. It's a new place, new business. Give him some time. Let me see. Shout out to Vicky. I appreciate you, family, so much. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. My people. I agree, Devil Marks, he gets way too much shit. Shout out to John, man. The hustler mind is a Sacktown trait for real. Keep your grind on. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, we have one of the most personable owners as well. Anywhere you go, if you see him, anywhere, that man is shaking hands, taking pictures, signing autographs, talking to the fans, asking them what they want to see. Like, Mark is one of those owners that is really, really out there really out there in the trenches. You know what I mean? And I respect that. As someone that's been around him numerous times this past year, to me, Mark Davis seems like a good dude. Now we just need that to translate to football. We need to win some football games. Shout out to Keith. Yo, you, Wasted, and Mitch are the only guys I follow. Clicked on some other live the other night. Oh, yeah, look, man. Shout out to you, Keith. I don't pay it any mind, my brother, man. Positivity over here, my brother. Positivity over here, man. I don't entertain any of that stuff, man. You can never win entertaining trolls. You just can't win. You can't win. That Raiders fan, you still planning to go to KC for the draft? Love your Raider content. Shout out from Stockton. I love the 209. Shout out to my dog, that Raiders fan. We're thinking about it, but we're also thinking about Vegas potentially. Shout out to Barcode Cody. My bro reached out and said that we can have his building for 2 days, the first day of the draft and the second day of the draft. So we're thinking about going to Las Vegas, that Raiders fan, and taking over the Barcode burger. So stay tuned. We'll let you guys know here in the near future. Shout out to my dog, man. But KC is definitely still an option. Shout out to James. Mitch had Tomlinson, Love, Tranquil, and Jones, the corner from New England. All four would cost $29.25 million. And that's crazy. Look at all that talent right there with one contract. Love Tranquil at linebacker. We need a linebacker. Julian love his game. Jones is a dog at corner, and you got Tomlinson, a stud defensive tackle. Love it, man. I love it. Let me see. Shout out to my dog James, man. Yeah, since that's what we're doing. It's 2023, man. It's no drama. It's no drama, man. It's no drama at all. Let me see. M Raider says go to Barcode. Thinking about it, bro. Thinking about just going to Vegas. You know what I mean? The thing about Vegas is that's a place where we can get a lot of Raider fans together. Traditionally, we travel well, but there probably ain't a lot of them at the draft in Kansas City. There's not a lot of us. You know what I mean? So I think personally, Vegas may be a better look to get all of us together and be able to do a podcast and stuff. So stay tuned, man. We shall see. I love Gardner Johnson, Robert. They gave up a lot to go trade him, to go get him from New Orleans. I think that Philly's going to bring him back. I think they're going to bring him back. But if not, that is definitely a name to keep an eye on. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, would love to bring him in. I think he's going to cost an arm and a leg though, Robert, but he's still young and he's a dog. Would love to bring him in. Come to Chicago for the bit. That is one game that I actually have kind of earmarked for one of my road games, Lewis. I'm really thinking about going to Chicago and Detroit. I'm hoping Detroit is on Thanksgiving because I spend a lot of my Thanksgivings in Detroit. So I'm hoping that that's one game that's out there. New channel. Yes. And then the OakLosVegas Raiders report. No, not Mitch. OakLosVegas Raiders Network. You know what's funny? I was about to do that. And I was about to hit up Mitch and be like, hey, bro, you're not the only report on the block. You know what I mean? And see what he said. But I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. The OakLosVegas Raiders Network. Yes, Andy. Shout out to Corey, man, my dog. Who do you think is going to be the Raiders QB in 2023? I mean, bro, to be real, you may not want to listen to me because, look, I thought that Brady was going to be the quarterback. And at this point, it looks like A-Rod is. And then in a week, he may retire or go back to Green Bay or be a Jet, right? So I don't know. I'll say this. There's only one quarterback that I know that's going to be on this roster probably next year, potentially. And that's Jarrett Stidham. I think we bring him back. I think that's a must. I think Stidham, even though he's not under contract right now either, he's a free agent. But I think we bring him back. But I don't know. I'm hoping it's A-Rod and the young guy. Because if you miss out on A-Rod, you got to trade up and you got to give up a lot of draft capital to go get a CJ Stroud or one of those other guys, a Levis or Anthony Richardson or something. Well, Anthony Richardson should be there still at 7, but you never know. You never know, man. When there's a run on quarterbacks, there's a run on quarterbacks. We know how this goes. Every draft, there's always one specific thing that, you know what I mean? That there's always one specific position that back to back to back. It's like when O-line hits, it's a run on O-lineman. You know what I mean? When it's a corner, it's just a run on corners. So that's one thing you got to be nervous about in the draft, trying to sit back and be patient and hope that Stroud or one of these guys fall to you. You never know. It could be a run on quarterbacks and then boom, they're all gone. Oh, no, Richard, it will be more to trade up than to get Rodgers. This is facts. Facts. But you're trading up from potentially 10 years of productivity rather than 2. You know what I mean? So you got to look, you got to, weigh your options on that. Stupid. He said, didn't Mitch come on here drinking Fireball and asking to see eggplants? Shout out to Mitch, man. Shout out to Mitch. Look, I haven't drank since Las Vegas. I'm like 9-10 days now, alcohol free. I watch Mitch and it reminds me to stay sober. So that's where we are with it right now. Yes, Lewis B will definitely be back on soon, man. Shout out to him and my brother L Fingers, man. They both got a house in Vegas. They're moving up the ladder right now. So, they've been busy grinding and stuff like that. So stay tuned. You will definitely see B on again in the near future. Definitely, man. Shout out to my little brother B. Robert says, wasted nose. He's an expert in baldness. So I'm assuming he's talking about Mark Davis's picture. Paul, I'm going to say this. Oh, hold on. Where is it at? Where's it at? Okay. It was on Ryan, actually. But I'll read this. Please stop with CJ Stroud BS. He effing sucks. Did you watch the Michigan game? He was garbage. You want another garbage. Trade up for Bryce Young if we don't get Rodgers. We're not going to get Bryce Young, Paul. It's not going to happen. He'll be gone in the first 2 picks. There was a rumor behind the scenes that Josh McDaniels is heavy on Bryce Young and that David Ziegler was a CJ Stroud guy. I don't know how true that rumor was, but the person that it came from, I respect, and I take their word for it. I take their word for it. But Young will be off the board, man. And at that point, if you're trying to get Bryce Young, you're gonna have to give up an arm and a leg, ass cheek, elbow, a chin. Your chin. You got to give up a lot you're gonna have to give your whole anatomy for that shit. You know what I mean? Like for real, you're gonna have to sell your whole ass, bro. You know, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And look, I like Stroud, man. I do. I think he can make every throw. I think he's durable. I think he has a cannon on him. I think he can run when he needs to. And I think that he's very, very patient in the pocket. I don't see why Stroud sucks if he looked ass against just Michigan. He had some great games, Paul. Let me see. Shout out to Ryan. Docs, what's your thoughts on bringing in Jacoby Brissett and letting him in steady battle? No. I like Jacoby Brissett, but I like Jacoby Brissett when he's on another team and he's the bridge quarterback. I would not like him being our bridge guy. I like watching him in Cleveland take over the show until Deshaun Watson comes back. I like when he goes when he's playing in Indy, because who was it? Phillip Rivers went down or somebody. I forgot who it was. You know what I mean? But or when one of those guys went down in New England and Jacoby Brissett got forced into the starting lineup. But no. I'm good. Yeah, facts. And that Georgia defense is stacked, Victor. Let me see. Bryce Young throws with next level anticipation better than I agree, Tim. I definitely agree. I just don't think he's an option for us. Raiders. Shout out to my boy Donovan, man. It's good to see my brother in the building. Shout out to Robert. CJ, 6'3", mobile, accurate, pass first, but can run. Big arm, definitely worth a top 10 pick. There you go. Facts, man. Shout out to Robert, man. We needed docs and wasted reactions blooper reel of the bullshit and you guys' channels. Make that a segment. That sounds fun. Maybe we can put something together like that, 42. That sounds dope. I like that. Arkham, I agree, bro. Stroud or best defensive player at 7. Or trade back. I agree, Biggs. See, this is what I've been saying, bro, about Will Levis, man. I think everyone's sleeping on Levis. If you give him Stroud and Young's teams, he probably wins a Heisman. Josh Allen struggled his last year in college, and so did Justin Herbert. Man, look. Man, Will Levis is a dog, bro. He's a dog, bro. That dude's a monster, bro. I hope wherever he goes in the NFL, he goes to the right system that develops him, man, because he can be a guy at the next level. Shout out to the Gaffler. My dog is in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Also, once again, I'm going to keep repeating this over and over and over for a few weeks. We have revamped the channel. It is now the OakLosVegas Raiders Network, you guys. No, you call me Doc CNT forever. I don't care. I'm all for it. But the new channel is the OakLosVegas Raiders Network. So anytime you see this pop up, live, just know it is Graphk Raider. It is probably me with my bros, my comrades. It is definitely me, the OakLosVegas Raiders Network. Shout out to Lewis. He says Witherspoon or Gonzalez at 7 if Stroud ain't there. Well, you know what? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be doing my first official mock draft 1.0. So stay tuned. We'll definitely talk a little bit more about who I got at that point. But I'm going to say this. And a lot of these mock drafts, surprisingly, Jalen Carter has been there. And on multiple different websites. Multiple. CJ Stroud and Jalen Carter were available in 2 different at 7. Let me ask you guys this real quick. If CJ Stroud and Jalen Carter are both available at 7, probably not even realistic. But if they both are available, who are you taking? Who are you guys taking? If Jalen Carter and CJ Stroud are both available at 7, who are you taking? Ridgeback, yeah, facts. Hey, what is it? Character issues? Bunch of Carters. I see it. There you go. Carter, 2 CJs. Shout out to my boy Z. CJ. Carter. God damn. Eddie got Alex Leatherwood. Great pick, bro. That's tough, right? Think about that. If you had a chance or the opportunity to draft potentially your quarterback of the future with CJ Stroud or the next best thing at the defensive tackle position in Jalen Carter, who do you choose? I think that CJ Stroud plays a more pivotal position, but I also believe that Jalen Carter is more of the for sure thing. I think Carter comes in year one and just blows the doors off the NFL. CJ Stroud may take a little bit more time. Carter with the hooker on the side. Talk that shit, Wasted. Talk, bro. Talk. I respect it. Yeah, if you guys can, man, share the stream, man. Let everybody know what's up. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Instagram for the next 3.5 weeks. I'm doing this cleanse, eating right, no sugar, no alcohol, no social media except for YouTube. You know what I mean? So share the stream. Let people know where we at. Let people know about the new name. I know when I come back on social media, people are going to be like, what the hell is going on? But share the stream if possible, you guys. Let people know what's up. Let me see. Carter than Richardson? Well, you all right, Salvatore. Richardson to be off the board after 7. I mean, Richardson's a first-round pick. Do you mean Carter and then Richardson instead of CJ Stroud? I think that's what you meant. Shout out to Raider Zilla. What's good, King? Shout out to Raider Paul. You stay safe too, my brother. Lewis, I heard that too. I heard it a few months ago, actually, something about that. But let's just hope those continue. Let's just hope they continue. Shout out to Mike Luffy. Docs, I'm the only one with you on Levis. I'll take the hits with you if he doesn't live up to the hype. Talk that shit, Loof. Shout out to my dog, bro. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to Raider Lens, man. Turned the big 5-0 yesterday. Can I get a shout out, man? You know what? You're not only going to get a shout out from me, Ken. You're going to get a shout out from everybody. Everybody, man, wish our Raider brother a happy 50th birthday. That is a beautiful thing. Man, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing, bro. Shout out to you, man. Happy motherfucking birthday, man. Shout out to Lens, bro. Shout out to my dog. Arkham Graphk, do you think McDaniels can resurrect the career of a vet QB? Give me a name, though. What do you mean? Like who do you mean, brother? Shout out to Junior. If Jalen Carter could improve our defense instantly, then draft him. CJ can be an impact, but who knows if he can be a Mahomes and win without a top defense. Facts. Shout out to Junior. This is facts, bro. This is facts, bro. I'm taking Jalen Carter 10 times out of 10. I don't care. That's the best player in this draft. Shout out to Junior, man. Shout out to James one more time. Got to have another live with Wasted Hammer, Andy, and Mitch. Shit crack. Oh, yeah, we're going to be doing that once a month, James. We're going to be doing the Shieldmore show once a month with all of us. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, man. Definitely. That shit was fun, man. That shit was hilarious. But yeah, man, coming up on an hour and a half. Just wanted to show you guys the new look. Talk a little bit about this cap position, where we are in terms of cap space. Right now, it looks as though Spot Track has us like 46 million. I think Sportsnet had us at about roughly 56, 57. And then, there's a bunch of restructures that we can do. I'll read those over one more time real quick. You can get rid of Andre James right now, and you can instantly save $5.1 million, which I'm cool. You move Dylan Parham over there. The thing that I'm cool with getting this new center right now, you guys, is this is the best time to get a new center. You know why? Because you're getting a new quarterback. This isn't DC having to learn going from Rodney Hudson to Andre James. Remember last season, it was rough watching these guys play the first 3 or 4 weeks. I swear Andre James was hiking the ball over DC's head every damn play. This is a perfect time. If you're going to move Dylan Parham to center and you can save roughly $5.1 million getting rid of Andre James, do it, because this is the perfect time. You have a new center with a new quarterback. They can learn together. You know what I mean? It's the rapport. They can build that rapport. This is the perfect time. Get rid of Bilal Nichols. I'm cool with that. I don't think he lived up to the hype at all last year coming from Chicago. You can save $3.125 million. So that's $8.2 million that you're saving between Andre James and Bilal Nichols. That's a lot of money. That can roughly put you at Sportsnot at 57 right now. So it'll put us well over 60. Sportsnot has that 46. It'll put us well over 50. That's a lot of money to play with. Also, candidates that you can restructure their contracts. Colt Miller's getting paid 17.6 this season. You can restructure him. Defensive end Chandler Jones, which I do believe he will be restructured for sure. He's getting paid 19.3 this year. Tays 14.7 on the books this year. Hunter 12.2. They had it estimated that if you restructure those guys, you can probably save around $10 million. They're saying the Raiders could have nearly $70 million in cap space. So I'm good with that. I am good with that. Definitely. So shout out to everybody here in the building. I seen somebody 42 say, how can you email me? OakLosVegas@gmail.com, brother. That's where I get all my information for my emails for my my clothing line and all the other good stuff. OakLosVegas@gmail.com. If you need to contact me through Gmail. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody here in the building. I will see you guys in the morning for Coffee and Convo, where we break down my first official mock draft 1.0. Stay tuned. Love you guys. Welcome to the new rebranded Docs ENT, the Oak Las Vegas Raiders Network. It's always going to be Docs ENT till the day I die. But like I said before, we changing some things up, getting back into that Raider algorithm. So moving forward, Oak Las Vegas Raiders Network. Also, www.oaklosvegas.com for the merch. Go grab some. People been showing mad love. I appreciate every single one of y'all. On the way out, wipe them feet. Hit that subscribe button. I'll catch y'all for the Coffee and Convo tomorrow. Love y'all. I'm outro. One.